What is up, legends? We are back, and obviously, you see the title, and we're gonna talk about some things. So, some people know, but some people don't. I was actually sponsored to play this game, and I didn't. I did a few videos and then pieced out after that. Largely because I did not like the way that global was being run compared to the other regions. And there's a story behind that. We're going to explain the story. I can't say everything, but what ended up happening is that the company itself did not know how in depth I actually played TW and CN and how long I've been actually doing it. So what ended up happening is that they got caught. Let's just call it what it is. They got caught, and I guess somebody had the audacity, or just they thought they were going to like get away with making certain changes compared to the Chinese version, and I, lo and behold, had all of this stuff up literally for like a year basically. So when they came through with this global version, it was like, well, what the hell? Like literally all they had to do, because the game was already translated into English from the Chinese version, is all they had to do was just translate that game to English and let it rock. That's it. They didn't have to change anything else. They didn't have to do anything weird that they recently did. Um, so it looked bad, and I, behind the scenes, and I've said it a few times in a few videos, but more so behind the scenes, I said, look, you cannot come to another region like we have not been playing this game this whole time and do all of this. It just looks like it's predatory. It looks bad. There is no way to make an excuse. There's no financial reason for you to do it. The economy in both regions are close to being the same. If not, you would expect it to happen more so in China, because China's actual money currency is higher than global right now. So why is it the other way around? It just looks idiotic at this point. That's what I literally told, by the way. And I don't think they even really expected that, because I'm a rare case of an English speaker that can read Chinese and Japanese and could play over in that. There's not a lot of people like me. It's like on one hand in the world, I'm not even being kidded. In the one hand in the world is that many people, maybe five at the most. And I have a large channel. There's not many that has as large of a channel as mine that does that. So I'm even rarer. There might be one or two like that to actually cover this game and have covered it in China and done that much, that I have that many videos up. So they didn't expect me to exist, basically, or that it was that much proof. Fast forward to this. Implementation, we're not, whatever, just no, whatever to that top part. Implementation of a new contract system. We have received a lot of requests to implement the contract that guarantees the 5-star contracts on the China and Asian versions, and we are currently considering application of Japanese Western version as well. Now, see, you shouldn't have to implementation this at all. It was already in those games, and it should be the same game coming in. What that's already you admitting right there, you changed it for global. For what reason? Like there was no reason for that. I say this like in Ethereum and other games, just people who make dumbass decisions in these game companies. Like this was a dumbass decision. Well, there's no other way to say it other than that. Again, financially, the Chinese version should have been the one that you should have been doing that for, because you get more income from them, and their dollar is worth more. It's not yen, but it's worth more. So those changes should have been in that region in the beginning. It should have been like that from the start. In the beginning, we never even saw that. It should not be the other way around. The current main contract and system, if you didn't obtain the 5-star and 79 previous draws, the next one guarantees the 5-star. And the most wanted, Phantom Thieves obtain the next 5-star, can guarantee the 5-star. Please note the contracts like newer contracts and arms deals have different systems. The new system will implement it. Please wait for further announcements. If you didn't obtain the 5-star in the previous 109 drawers, the next drawer is guaranteed a 5-star, which is literally what happens. Like, you just force it basically if you have which in that case, in a lot of cases I ignored that one and just did, I would gamble on just the 80, and it worked a lot of the times, and sometimes it just doesn't. But it is glaring that it's not in this version of the game. Please note that some contracts, blah blah blah, implementation period other notes, and the Chinese version contracts are implemented 6 months after release. For the Japanese Western versions, we are currently making adjustments in order to release it earlier. False. False. It was not 6 months. It was maybe 2 to 3 months. I don't know where you got that from. And like characters like, I don't you go over because we're actually here. That's misinformation. Characters like her, she literally was in the standard banner the next patch. That was not 3 to 6 months. She was in the standard banner the next patch, and you can get her in the next patch. She's one of she's really not a premium character. She was, I forgot what it's called, but she wasn't a premium character. The Phantom Thieves are premium characters. She's not one of those characters. She's like she's like a standard. She's a standard 5-star. And she went into the standard banner directly after next patch. That was maybe like a month or so. Like, next patch, she was available in the standard banner. So I don't know where they got that. That's not what happened. That is not what happens right now. I can bring up the Chinese version right now and show you what I have. In fact, I got videos on my channel of when I got Minami. Basically, it was literally the next patch after. So that's false. I don't know where that's, maybe they just don't know, or a translation error, but that's not what happened. After the release of new contract systems, the current system will also continue to be made available. However, please note the number of drawers guaranteed will count separately because it goes into the standard banner. I don't think they know directly what happened in the Chinese version. I'm just gonna say that off the bat. And me personally going through it and having the proof of my channel, that's like, it was literally in that, like, you don't have to like make adjustments to make it happen early. You just make it happen earlier. Like, this is again another situation of you thinking you're talking to the public who don't know. I personally know. You could just make that happen. They're like, what, is there some type of contract reason or something? Like, some idiot and on the board is holding that back? You just make that happen. Like, stop making stuff up. like you're making stuff up right now. I don't know what's going on, and you're gonna get caught. I'm gonna catch you, which is what happened last time. People took that video I did last time, but look, it's on the channel, and then they were caught out there. I'm catching you again. You're just making stuff up at this point. Stop it. We know, we can see it. I don't know who's doing this or what's the reason for doing this, but stop. The contract systems have differing rates and draw counts, so please check the details implemented and pick one of the best that fits your playstyle. Any cognate weapon and Chinese version players are able to take off on without business plan and Plan 3 and 4 respectively. In the Japanese Western version, Plan 3 implemented earlier than the Chinese version, and Minami was already available in the gold tickets of Plan 3 when Plan 4 was implemented. As a result, the difference in rewards and the two versions, we are sorry for this inconvenience. Which, yes, that did actually happen, and I could see where, however, I would just retroactive it. For Japanese and Western version, we plan to provide a new method to obtain her. We're planning a special campaign that will benefit those who duplicated her weapon. Details of the campaign in the later half of this letter. That's cool. Additional characters to which they did retroactive, which See, like, see, industry wise, like you could do the proper things when additional new characters to the gold tickets on Phantom Idol Draft. Use a lot of feedback around the additional characters to the Phantom Idol Draft X, which uses gold tickets, but that happens over time. In the Japanese version, we plan to roughly add them 6 months after release. No, among the characters that appear in the game, no, that's not what happened. It, like, no, they Ishina and well, Yumi and Minami, these characters, like this is not what happened. Like, you're going faster. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make it for 6 months. If you're going faster than what the Chinese version is, then in the Chinese version, these characters were there a month after their banners, not directly. But the next patch cycle, they were there. So why are you doing 6 months? That's 6 times the time period that was in China, and you're going faster in China. That makes absolutely no sense. like again, I don't think they know exactly what happened over there, and they're trying to do something different, and it's just going terribly wrong because we already know what happened. I already know what happened. I'm going to do stuff like this and make you look like idiots. Like, so, like, no, like, no, like, why are you doing that? This is again another situation of people should have localization. There's in this particular game, just like with Etheria and a few other games, there is not a person who is paying attention to what happened in the other regions, and they're just doing whatever in the global version of the game and effing it up royally, that you get this type of outcry, that you get people mad at you and damn near EOS your game because you're not properly preparing. The frequency of new characters and free rewards receive feedback due to the speeds of updates is difficult for players to save contracts, currency such as tickets and coins. If you know that, then why the hell are you doing this? You literally say that the next thought, and then you have this raw, like, what? Obtaining tickets and platinum, gold, and miller coins. We have prepared multiple avenues for players to obtain currency and tickets, such as the login rewards but the login rewards are the same thing in China. We plan to release a large-scale update 2.0 in September to celebrate the update. Players will be able to obtain 20 platinum tickets and 20 that's not enough. We are planning the whole many other campaigns. Like, you're just doing what was already in the game already. This was the currency that was already in the game, and it's not going to fix that. See, I have no ties to the dev team. I have ties to sponsors. I wish I had ties to the dev team because this is just what was in the game already. That's why it's not helping. You have to do something on top of this, because all of this stuff is what happened in between the patches anyway. And what's going on is that because we're moving faster, there's no time in between that causes the build up. So you're not doing all of, let me explain so you guys understand. You're not doing all of this because this all builds up over time. This is why we're all a lot slower than what we were in China at this time. This builds up over time. Your login stuff builds up over time. We don't have any of that as well. There was events in between all of that that builds up over time. Us giving us the login stuff is the same stuff that we already had in China to begin with. So this is not going to fix that. This is just company line talk right here. That's not going to fix the actual. There needs to be something else on top of this. You need to actually look at what we got initially in those regions and then facilitate something on top of that. There needs to be like some type of coin event on top of this, and says, okay, if you go in and do these missions, you get this. Similar to, there needs to be something like the welcome back. I got the welcome back. I just came back. It needs to be something like this for everybody, basically. Even if you're not in welcome back, it needs to be a system on top of this system that gives you currency and items every day to facilitate that. Then the currency will stack up and make it so that it'll be fine. We like to share details on the paid item offerings in the shop, and the Japanese and Western versions. Some items were offered shop Chinese version change. These changes are made to comply with the platform regulations and laws of Japan and countries in the Western version. We plan to offer new items in Japanese and Western version. BS. I'm so tired of companies saying stuff like that. You had no reason to change this. Let me find it. Was it this one? I don't think it was this one. I'll just go into what changed over here is that you can just get tickets over here and then build up over time. Now that's also something else to that's problematic because we build up this stuff over time that allowed us to get tickets and farm. Now it's just flat currency. You get metajoules and stuff like that, which is it's a loss overall. It's a 20% loss doing it this way. There's no reason. There's no law anywhere in any country that said that you had to do this. I don't even understand why it was a thing. Y'all just did it. But somebody just decided to just go and change this out of it being tickets for no damn reason. And I showed that like the first day I got into global and realized this change. I'm like, why? Like, what was even the purpose of changing that particular thing? Like, see, I can just go in right now, get like the 100 currency. But it would be 10 for a ticket. You see that? Like 10 for a ticket. So actually, isn't it like 150 a summon or something like that? So that's even like there was just no reason. There's no reason for that to actually happen. Yeah. There was no reason for that to actually happen. So that's a net loss for us in that store. Again, I don't think whoever's doing global, they understand what happened in China. Like I'm literally exposing that you don't understand. Like you just didn't understand what happened. You still don't understand what happened. That's a net loss. There was no reason for that. That's also a part of what's putting us behind in global. There's no like you need to explain what on Google Play and Steam that you need to have to change for that ticket, because that's a big imbalance right there. There was no reason for that to actually happen other than you just did it. Like what? Anyway, I'm going to talk about the upcoming features and campaigns that planned and the 2.0 version going on. We're currently working on a feature where players can obtain various items, dispatching characters. They already had that in CN. Like you literally just send them out on dispatch. That's a thing. They just announcing it like we don't know. Again, dev team, please. Like, you're not working on anything. You're just translating it. Players can exchange 60 of this item for a cognite that can be used to increase the awareness of the character. We plan to release this version in 2.0. Follow business plan EX, name not final. We plan to add an expansion of the business plan. That's also in there, where it's the next level of resources and currency where you get like better characters and stuff like that. Same type of thing. Again, being translated. It's not something they're adding from global. Thief Kong and Sabagara 60 is rare item. Players can exchange Kanai and awareness that you can either get the character or you can actually dupe the character. And the Chinese version of Thief Kong shards were used as awakening that are in the gold tickets, yes. And the Japanese Western version, the feature will also extend to other 5-star characters like Ren. That's also in it. Brother, I feel like I'm reading somebody who is a spinster. It's making me mad right now because it's like they're trying to talk and make it seem like they're doing something different, like for global, when it's already in the Chinese version, but leaving out that it's already in the Chinese version. Like, it's just the wording I don't like. It's like they're lying. I don't like the wording of it, especially when I have the perspective of knowing it already exists. I don't know if it's on purpose. That the person just oblivious to the situation. But I don't like it. I don't like how it's being worded. In version 2.0, some of the characters above will be available in exchange. Details we announce at a later date. This can be obtained in the task and features that will be released in 2.0. Thief Cognic Shards and 5-star special gift campaigns, named not final. The previous mentioned campaign where players can obtain enemy Cognic Shards around mid to late September. We plan to hold a special campaign exclusive to Japanese Western versions. Players can obtain these Cognic Shards and weapons. In this campaign, players will be able to obtain 60 of the Cognic Shards that can be exchanged on top of that. Okay. Following that, we also plan to hold a gift campaign where players can select a 5-star weapon to obtain. Also includes her weapon. That's just basically to make sure that you can get it if you skip the banner before because of their stuff. Thank you for reading all the way to the end. We want to use this opportunity to address feedback regarding differences in Chinese version that we released earlier, as well as let players know the upcoming debates. New initiative Japanese Western version. We hope to answer some of the feedback regarding the differences in the Chinese version. Tell you that some of the planned updates and campaigns that unique to the Western versions. As many of the Japanese players are progressing through powers of the story, and one continuous playthrough. Smaller things like building characters, life activities, and character interactions are reserved for shorter daily sessions. We hope to enhance players' experience. Some form change the growth and daily playthrough new initiatives. We talked about the business plan, thief shards, and campaigns. We will continue to make improvements and feedbacks and continue to communicate with our players and the website and blah blah blah. We're continuing to prepare initiatives release around the time Western Chinese versions. All of this happened because you made unnecessary changes between the versions and got caught. That's all that's happening right now. There is no reason to make these unnecessary changes, especially if you're going to go at an expedited speed and pace. All you need to do, dev team, be talking directly to you because you're probably going to see this eventually, is you need to facilitate the time and speed that it takes to go through this stuff right now. That's it. You're not putting stuff out that's already out in the Chinese and Asian versions is not helping. Like the login stuff was already there to begin with. That's what is naturally there. It's word salad. That's all it really is. You didn't do anything. Basically, there needs to be something on top of that. There needs to be something to facilitate the things I was talking about. The time that's lost in between the life stuff. And they said that in they noticed the Japanese people were moving at a better pace because they had more time to actually do that stuff. We need to facilitate that type of stuff. You have to make up for the fact that we just specifically need to have the time for doing this. So what you can do is right here with this particular thing right here, I'm giving you guys an idea. Make this 6 times. Like make it eat more and give us stuff to actually facilitate this going faster so we build currency quicker with this. That's one way that you can actually do that. So make it like 6 times so we can catch up to what it is. You don't have to keep it on forever, but just make it like a week that we get 6 times for that type of stuff. Make it so that you get double currency drops from it as well, and double currency drops from other things that as well that will make up for the lack of currency and that type of stuff. You don't even really need to add events. You just need to make this double or triple or something like that just to make us be able to catch up. Then we'll have the currency to facilitate you speeding up and moving through it. Like it's just that easy. Like I don't understand why somebody just didn't think of that before. It's not going to affect much because currency wise, if you want the game to have the same currency and the same economy as the Chinese version, which again they have more money than us and a higher money value than us, then you should do it that way. It's just elementary. Like I don't understand why game companies just don't do these particular things, because you literally have it in the notes saying, oh, okay, we need to work on this, and then it's like, brother, like oh my gosh. So with that said, out of all this, since they're making the emphasis to do all this, because I was not gonna actually even do anything else in this game until they actually addressed all of that, because it was upsetting me. I'm gonna be real. It is making your boy not want to play this game, which sad. Like, I played the Chinese version over this version. I just straight flat stopped playing this version, and I actually love this game. I think this is one of the best gacha games, but it's being run poorly globally. CN is like peak. Just copy that, devs. I don't understand. Just copy it. That's all you have to do. Just copy it. That's it. You done. You good. That's it. So I will catch you guys next video. Be legendary. Like I said, I feel a little bit more encouraged to play this, but like I said, the whole word salad thing and them kind of still not understanding that we can, like, it's like the meme, like, I can see you, like, dog, I can see y'all. Like, what are you doing? I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.